Now, let's start polishing. Our specially developed foam pads, combined with our machine polishes and waxes, allow the paint to remain cool. Cool paint eliminates the fear of burning through your finish. It is important to use a separate pad for each machine polish or wax. This way, no contamination occurs between the pads. The pads can be marked on the side or back with a permanent felt pen to keep them separated. Use our orange pads for griots, machine polishes, and one-step sealant, and our red pads for Best of Show wax, Carnauba wax stick, and Griot's Garage paint sealant. Center the foam pad on the machine's backing plate and press into place. Pour Machine Polish 3 on the pad and spread it around the pad as you would butter a piece of bread. Cover the whole pad evenly with a thin amount of polish. This eliminates the halo effect by simply putting a quarter-size dollop or line of product on the pad. If you're getting splatters while polishing, you have way too much product on the pad. Our polishes are designed not to fly off or splatter everywhere. Always start with Machine Polish 3. Why? When you start with Machine Polish 3, it lets you evaluate what type of paint you have. Believe it or not, some paints are hard and others are soft. And until you know what type of paint you have, it's best to start with our mild polish. Softer paints are easy to polish out. And you'll notice a dramatic improvement with just one pass of Machine Polish 3. Harder paints may require you to increase the speed and bear down a little harder to remove these swirl marks. I always start with Machine Polish 3, working back as needed to Machine Polish 2 or 1. Again, if you have nearly flawless, ultra-hard paint or paint that is delivered new from a dealer and already has microfine swirl marks in it, using Machine Polish 4 may be the better choice. Now it's time to have some fun. Set your speed wheel to 4. Drape the cord over your shoulder and place the pad onto the paint surface and turn on your machine. Make an imaginary square on the area you are working and start in the upper left-hand corner. Go across to the right, then drop down and go to the left. When you reach the left side, drop down and go to the right. What you are trying to do is distribute the polish or wax evenly and cover every part of the panel. Keep going in this motion until all of the liquid is evenly distributed and it has just about disappeared. I like to pass over an area 6 to 8 times. By working the product onto the panel and thinning it out, you won't be taking off as much with your towel and your elbow grease will be reduced substantially. You may press down in areas needing more polishing and increase the speed to 6. It all depends how deep the scratches are. After several passes, turn off the machine while it's still on the paint and lift off as it slows down. Now wipe off the polish with a microfiber cloth. Taking off the polish while it is still damp is easier. Allowing the polish to dry will be much harder, and there is no benefit to letting the polish dry. If you do leave behind a lot of polish, or it is stubborn to remove, a damp towel or a quick spritz of distilled water will remove the excess polish without a fuss. After your first pass with Machine Polish 3, examine the surface closely. If the scratches aren't gone, you may need another pass, but always start with Machine Polish 3. It will remove many imperfections on the first pass. If you'd like to remove even more imperfections, use Machine Polish 3 one more time. It is the most foolproof way of polishing your paint. Use it over and over again if you'd like for complete safety. Sometimes you may need to use Machine Polishes 1 and 2 for deep scratches or heavily oxidized paint. When using these products, you may see minute scratches in the paint caused from the granules of abrasive. This is normal. Remember, to remove a scratch, you have to get down to the bottom of the scratch, and that means removing very thin layers of paint, microns at a time, in the surrounding area. If you do use Machine Polish 1, follow it up with Machine Polish 2, then Machine Polish 3. If you drop down to only Machine Polish 2, follow it up with Machine Polish 3 once or twice. Before we move on to applying a protective coat of wax or sealant, it's important to clean your polishing pads. Begin by removing your polishing pad, rinse it with warm water, and allow it to air dry. One of the advantages of our polishes is that they are water-based and easily rinse out. For a thorough cleaning, use our microfiber cloth and foam pad cleaner. This is important as contaminants build up over time in the foam and need to be removed. I have seen people put their pads back into a plastic bag, and this is a huge no-no. You never want to reuse a dirty pad without a good cleaning.